Greetings, greetings. Anthony Williams here, the Mental Alchemist. Today's podcast is on taking the right steps to create a life you love. I say to create a life you love because once you enter my coaching program, there's certain things that I have you focus on in the beginning. One of them is tuning into creating a life you love. Taking the steps to creating a life you love. Right? And in that life you love, of course, the life you love, so we have everything in it. Right? So, what are the steps? What are the actions that you might do? Right? The first thing is getting your mind right. See, most people, if you ask them, what do you want from life? They give you a stare blank, because no one has ever asked them that before. So they're not sure. So most people don't even know that they can create what they want. So they end up creating someone else's reality, someone else's dream. Because either you're creating your reality or you're creating someone else's reality. Right? So look at this alarm off. But evidently I didn't. Okay. Yeah, so either you're creating your reality or you're creating someone else's reality. Either you are the predominant creative force in your life or you are subjected to someone else's creation, right? You must become the predominant creative force in your life. You must become the predominant creative force in your life. So you're not the only creative force in your life, but you are the predominant creative force in your life, right? Because I'm going to tell you, if you don't become the predominant creative force in your life and set a tone as to what are you going to create, anytime a pendulum come by swinging, by pendulum, I mean something that grabs your emotion, and you get emotionally involved with it, it takes you on a ride. In my book, Inspiration Corner, on Amazon, I speak about a ship without a rudder. A ship without a rudder could end up anywhere. We end up getting hemmed up in the pendulum, meaning somebody says something to you or something happening in the news or some current event, and you get emotionally involved with it. Once you become emotionally involved with it, you're within that pendulum and it takes you on a ride. It's a joyride that has nothing to do with what you are creating. So when something happens that try to rattle you on the inside, your thought should be, okay, that happened. This too shall pass. Okay, that's interesting. And keep on creating a life you love. Otherwise, you get taken on a joyride that's not to your benefit. So the first step is getting your mind right. Right? Getting your mindset right. There's many actions to take, right? There are female actions and male actions. What are male and female actions? So if you're planting a tree, you have the sowing of the seed, right? Then you have the nurturing and you have the harvesting. The sowing of the seed is the male action. What is you're going to sow? What are you going to plant in here that's going to grow? What are you going to sow? The actions you're going to take to make sure that's going to come to fruition. Then you have the nurturing. The nurturing is a feminine action, right? Then you may also have a period of time where it appears that you're doing nothing, but you're waiting. You see, everything on this earth has an incubation period. If a woman becomes pregnant, we know it's 9 months, and then we see the child, right? Now, once you plant something, we are not sure as to when it's going to be time for harvesting. All right? So bear in mind, if you're planting mushrooms, the time period may be short. But if you're planting an oak tree and you're already creating something big, it might be a little longer. But the process I'm going to take you through going to make that come about at record time. It's not going to take the time it would have taken if you had not entered the coaching program. Right? So there's a parable of the Chinese bamboo tree. The Chinese man went out there, he planted some bamboo trees, bamboo sprouts, and he went out and he watered every day. Nothing happened. For a whole month, nothing happened. 60 days, nothing happened. 6 months, still nothing. Everybody looking at this man, he must be crazy. He been watering the same field, watering that same field, day in and day out, and nothing's happening. A whole year went by, nothing. 2 years, this man is nuts. 3 years, 4 years, still nothing. After the 5th year, in 1 month, the Chinese bamboo tree grew up 40 feet in 30 days. Everybody's like, wow, you seen that? That bamboo tree, the field grew up 40 feet in 30 days. But how long did it really take? Was it 30 days? Or was it 5 years? You see, don't let nobody take you off your path. Because you know what you are creating, but no one else doesn't. You must be the predominant creative force in your life and stay your path. You're going to feel that creative tension. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, creative tension, look at some of my videos right here on YouTube, right? Once you set out, this is what I'm creating, this is where I'm at, it's going to create, you'll have a creative tension that it's going to be a feeling like, hey, I'm here, but I'm supposed to be here. As long as you stay within that tension, you must get what you want, right? You must get what you want. The next thing is listening to people that are going to tell you about different things. Try this, try that, read this, read that. That have nothing to do with what you are creating. If it's in an alignment with what you're creating, it may help. But pick your vehicle and stick with your vehicle. Don't be trying this and trying that. You have tried other things before. Once you come to this modality, stick with it, and you'll be surprised. Try this modality, and I guarantee you, you will be surprised. The next thing is knowing what the next step is. Once you start creating, you hit a point where you're like, what's the next step? And if you don't know what the next step is, your job is to go find out what the next step is. Because I'll show you, whatever it is, more than likely you're trying to create, it has been done before. Somebody have written a book about it. There's a YouTube about it. There's somewhere there's information on it. So if you don't know what the next step is, go find out. Now, once you enter my modality, I have what you call a holographic meditation. So my modality is mental alchemy and your holographic brain. Right? So I have a holographic meditation where I take you into the quantum field of possibilities and you see what you want. You be it now. You have to be it. Remember, you have to be it to see it. Some people wait to see it to be it, but you have to be it. You have to be it now. Now is the only time, right? You can't wait for the right time because you wait for tomorrow and tomorrow come when we call it today, right? So the only time is now, right? The right time is now. So you have to be it now. Be it and you will see it, right? And once I take you into that meditation and you be it, then I ask you, okay, but what was the next step? And from that point, you can look back and say, well, this was the step I took that took me here, right? Then you come out of meditation and you write it down. This is the next step. right? Now, we are building a neural superhighway. When you start learning anything you want to create, right? And you learn how to create it. You have to learn build new neurons, right? So you're learning new steps. And when you start learning something new, you have neurons, right? The neurons are connected. And once you start learning something new, they'll disconnect and reconnect to different neurons, right? That's the learning process. So you're actually building a neuron superhighway, right? So instead of living from the memory of the past, you now start living from the memory of the future. Mike Tyson, at a young age, he started learning how to box. He built a neuron superhighway, just like Muhammad Ali, right? He built a neuron superhighway that took him to his goal. Michael Jordan, let's say he couldn't play basketball, he was practicing day in, day out. He built a neuron superhighway. He took the right actions day in and day out, right? Trained the unconscious. Michael Jackson and Prince, the same thing. From a young age, did the same thing over and over and over, and they became, as people say, they're natural. But no, they built a neuron superhighway that took them straight to their goals. So you have to take the right actions. One of the things I would do, once you enter the program, you receive a life compass. Now, Anthony, what is a life compass? The life compass in the Marine Corps, I named it the life compass because in the Marine Corps, we had something called the lensatic compass. When we went out in the jungle, or anywhere we went, and we were in uncharted territory, we used a lensatic compass, and the lensatic compass points to true north, right? So you always know what true north is. So from that point, you can figure, okay, this is north, then east and west and south, right? So I named this the life compass. Once you start using your life compass, it will point to your true goal. So every step you take on that life compass will lead you to your true goal. So you have milestones that you'll hit to let you know that, hey, once I'm hitting these milestones, I'm making progress, right? So if your goal is 3 to 5 years, hey, once I hit the 1 year period, I should have this. Once I hit 2 years, I should have this, and so forth and so on, right? So you have to follow your life compass and it will point you to your true goals, your true choices. Now, my modality, like I said, there's nothing new under the sun. I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. I've learned from Tony Robbins, and like the people say, you must make sure you're climbing the wall of success, right? But when you're climbing the ladder of success, it must be leaning up against the right wall because you want to get up there and realize you're not on the wall of success. Like Tony Robbins say in one of the programs I took, he said you could be running east all day looking for a sunset. You're not going to find it. You would have wasted your time, right? So your time you don't want to waste it, right? I've studied with Michael Beckwith from the future, the Secret. I've studied Reiki, 1, 2, and Master. I've learned a lot from Christopher Duncan. He had the missing pieces. So everything I do is patterned from the magnetic mind and a lot of other different modalities that I've taken and put it together, right? So you're getting a lot more up into one, right? So jump on board. I have a special going on right now with my Ultimate Mindset Mastermind community. You want to jump in right now while I'm getting founding members, right? And in that modality, I am also coaching you for free, right? It's actually a mastermind group where you can network with different people, and I have different information in there that you could see and use and learn from. But you also will get coaching free of charge once you're in the mastermind group. So come on board, be your best self, right? go back and look at some of the videos I have here on YouTube, share my videos, and once you share it, YouTube say, okay, this is interesting, people want to see it, and don't be stingy, share the information, be your best self. Anthony Williams out.